What's going on, everyone? So this video today is going to be in relation to feeler sets, warm-up sets, and the proper application of these to ensure that you're kind of maximizing every little last drop of progress out of your training. So I just want to give you an example. So today I had my second leg day of the week, and going into the gym I felt rubbish. I felt really low on energy. I felt like I just wasn't going to be able to engage with what I had coming up. And it's really daunting and kind of like that, that nervous kind of sick in the stomach, pit of your stomach kind of feeling, and just wasn't with it whatsoever. But regardless of that, I went in the gym, did what I normally do. I smashed carbs first, then I decided to do my full dynamic warm-up for the rest of my legs, and then I started doing what I call warm-up or feeler sets for deadlifts. So deadlifts was my first primary exercise. And all I'm doing is I'm doing deadlifts, but with more increasing weight, sort of starting off at, sort of 40% of my maximum ability and then working my way up bit by bit, not doing excessive work where you're kind of taking a lot of your energy away from you when you come to do the actual first working set. But just focusing on getting kind of good engagement with the exercise, feeling the exercise where it should be in the tension point, and making sure my technique is as good as possible. If you've got a camera, or if you've got like a camera stand for your phone, it's always good to kind of record one or two of these sets just to make sure that everything is in line and perfectly set up and structured, that you're completing the exercise efficiently with good technique, reducing your chance of injury. And to my surprise, by the time I got to the end of my feeler sets, which was about 160 kg for about a set of 3, I had to check the bar. I thought that I messed up slightly, or I hadn't weighted the bar correctly, and no, I was 100% right. I had actually had 160 kg on there, and without checking it, I could have sworn I must have only put like 120 or 140 on there. It just felt abnormally light, which really surprised me with the energy I was going into that workout with, and I just felt like I wasn't going to be able to give him my all, and I was just going to have to rein myself back and train a bit more intuitively. But by having those warm-up sets and those feeler sets, it kind of allowed me to take a minute or two and build up that confidence to make me realize, oh no, that was just a fleeting moment of kind of maybe a lapse of energy or lapse of concentration. And then once I got into the bread and butter of the workout, and just before I was hitting my working sets, my body was far more engaged. It was really switched on. Ended up doing 177.5 kg for 4 sets of 5 reps. So, over double my body weight, which I'm more than happy with. Obviously not as much as I have done in previous months, but because of the level of depletion I have in terms of my body fat and my calories are reduced, I'm not expecting to kind of break any PRs in my current state. So by using feeler and warm-up exercises, and what I mean by exercises is the exercise you were going to first do on your first main exercise, all you're going to do is do that exercise for either less weight and greater reps. Just ensure that the movement pattern and that whole exercise is working its best for you and there's no chance of injury. That is essentially the best kind of warm-up. There's only a handful of occasions where we would kind of prescribe a different movement to then act as a precursor or an activator for then your main lift. You're always pretty much better off doing just lighter sets of your main lift, so you're also telling your body and priming it that this is the task that we're going to be doing. So achieve and activate and switch on the nervous system in an appropriate way to accomplish this as effectively as possible, and to recruit as much muscle as possible to make each rep more efficient. And that essentially, guys, is the best way to warm up. So warm-up sets and feeler sets are definitely important. Make sure that you do put at least a handful of these just before your main lift on your training program, to ensure that you're not going to injure yourself. The exercise that you do is going to work as optimally as possible, and you're going to get the very most out of the very first rep that you pull or push or lift from the ground or the machine or whatever, to ensure then you're not wasting your time just doing your first set where your body is trying to catch up and figure out what exactly you're trying to do or achieve the very first rep. It should just be engaged straight away and getting as much effective work done as possible. Hope this helps, and take care, guys, and there'll be another video up shortly.